Welcome to the Nick and Matt Show. Bringing the player interviews you want to hear and the hot topics you want to discuss. Streaming live on the Foundation Podcast YouTube channel, here's Nick and Matt.
You walk up to hole 16. There's, a couple minutes break. You guys have to check scores and everything like that. And then one of the guys announcing everyone's names tells everyone in the crowd, we have a playoff. And in that moment, everyone is just kind of like, rush to 16, get to 16, get the best view of everything. And now you got over 1,000 people easily just rushing over to 16. You and James are walking up in this situation. And I think you teed first in the 2014 playoff, right? You were the first one to tee every single time.
Well, I had the hot round.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. So now you're stepping up to hole 16 in this playoff. Would you have preferred to throw first? Like, where is the mindset of you right now?
Well, in that moment, and what I think I took away from it the most is that, I feel like, all right, I kind of put James in the driver's seat. Basically, I let James depict what was going to happen, to where I knew, like, I should have just stepped up to that and been like, I've been throwing all my shots great. I didn't make a mistake on 18. I laid it up perfectly. I threw my third shot perfectly, made the putt right on the pole, and every hole prior to that was pretty much ideal. And then, I kind of just let some doubt into my head to where, all right, James just put on the island. I need to match him, to where I didn't have to match him at all. Like, I had been putting that pressure on James and everyone else the whole time, to where I just needed to continue to play how I was that round. And I just kind of turned it into a match play, which I shouldn't have done that. I felt like I had to do better than what he just did. And I just juiced it too much, to where I just really needed to put on the island. That's probably the only mistake I feel like I really made there. And I just need to know that in the future, to where if I'm ever in that situation, I need to just keep playing how I was and not try to change anything. To where I think if we went like to 16 immediately after the round, it might have been a little different. But once we had the break and stuff, it was only like 10 minutes, but still enough to like just get out of that mindset of what, like, how the round was going before that. I had time to think about that shot and what am I going to do? Like, I don't know. I just felt like there was too much time in between that and restarting. And then on top of it being the island hole, to where kind of took away any kind of drama or I guess, if we were playing a par 4, you can actually redeem a bad shot at least a little bit and try to make a miracle happen.
Yeah, exactly. And I think what's crazy is people going into checking out the stats and everything like this, you had birdied the hole all 3 times that you played the hole.
Yeah, the island.
The only person who did better in the tournament at that hole was James Conrad, because in round, for you guys, it would have been round 2 when you played the fort. James had actually aced that hole. So he played the hole pretty much better than perfection.
Yeah, and when he aced it, I was standing on 18, right where I was when I won when I laid up. So he actually aced it when I was standing in that exact spot on 18, day 2.
Holy chills.
So that, as I'm speaking here, I'm sorry, we have a lot going on. James Conrad actually just sent me a text message, and I'm like, wow, okay, so we've got this going live, and James is texting me. So, okay, back to this, though. Is there anything you practiced during hole 16? Like Nick says, you birdied every single round. You practiced that shot. Had you ever practiced a backhand with maybe a putter, or did you just determine, obviously, your highest percentage shot was with that forehand?
Well, yeah, I think the highest percentage is with the forehand. One, because you're throwing an overstable disc, so it's not going to get affected by the wind too much. And when you throw the backhand, you bring that tree into play. With the forehand, if you hit the trees, it was going to be long anyways. It was going to be in the water, to where you kind of had to throw it perfectly. And James, if he threw a forehand, he probably would have thrown a forehand there. One funny thing about that course and that hole actually is, for some reason, they put their turf pads in backwards, to where you're throwing with the grain instead of against it. And I just had a slight slip there, and I just juiced it, realizing I'm slipping a little bit, I'm going to lose some power, and just juiced it more than I had previous rounds, to where when I saw it on video, it could have had a chance to stop, but You know, I need to land it about 10 feet shorter of where it hit. But no, as far as the backhand, I threw it once, but the forehand was just a lot easier for me.